same time be better stewards of the environment.
You have questions, we have answers.
Listen carefully.
You can't really be against hydrofracking and say you're an environmentalist because immediately the default options are fuels that are much less clean.
For the next hour, Shawn Wilson explores the energy industry with news and interviews from around the corner and around the globe.
Nuclear is one of the directions that we should innovate in.
The Exploring Energy Show begins now.
A very, very good Wednesday morning to you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Shawn Wilson. Thank you so much for making me a part of your day. Here's what's on the menu at Elk City Meals on Wheels. 12th day of November already. They're located at 1510 West 9th Street. That's where their dining area is. Everybody's welcome. They're open from 11 to 1. Regular meals, $8. Senior citizens meals, just $7. That includes your tax. Again, everyone is welcome. Today, red beans and rice, pickled okra, cornbread, and dump cake is what's on the menu today. Red beans and rice, pickled okra, cornbread, and dump cake. That's what's on the menu at Elk City Meals on Wheels. Carnegie Caravan still bringing you free books delivered right to you by the Friends of the Carnegie Library in their Carnegie Caravan. And if you're having trouble reading regular print, ask them about their free program that can help. Here's a phone number, 225-0136, 225-0136, or you can just look up Carnegie Library on the intraweb. But again, 225-0136. Okay, Sutton Hunt. The drawing is going to be today. I was trying to figure out exactly when it is, but if you would still like to contribute to this cause, I know that they would be more than happy to take it. This little 3-year-old has been afflicted with, leukemia. Again, they were selling $100 raffle tickets, and first place was going to get $5,000, second place $3,000, third place was $2,000, and it was running through today. So we'll wait and see if we can get that information on who won that. Like I said, I just hope and pray whoever wins it just gives the cash right back. Anyway, anybody with the Hammonds All Sports. So here's a phone number, Lynn Walker, 580-660-0210, 660-0210. If you would like to contribute to Sutton Hunt, and stay steady, strong. A fuel day tomorrow at Hutch's, all Circle K Hutch's, from 4 to 7 p.m. tomorrow, 40 cents off per gallon, 35-gallon limit per transaction. You fill up your car and run home, you get your kid's car, whatever. That works. Limit 35 gallons per transaction, not per customer. Say 40 cents a gallon, any Circle K Hutch's. That's tomorrow, 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Nominate a hero, Christmas heroes. These people are heroes all year long, but at Christmas time they just seem, to shine a little brighter. Tell us their story. Nominate a hero. Go to KECOFM.com. Every one of the winners that we draw will get a $250 value from our local sponsors like Dameron Jewelers, Windy Nissan. There's several that are doing it. So, again, if you know someone who gives above and beyond, we'd like to recognize them. I know they would, most of those people don't do it for recognition, but it's nice to honor those people. Go to KECOFM.com and nominate a hero, your Christmas heroes here on KECO. Okay, today is Remember When Wednesday. We'll be going back in time, but first of all, let's give you some energy stock prices down just a bit. West Texas Intermediate on the red side, down 95 cents to $60.90 a barrel. It's a December contract out of New York City. Brent crude oil, ICE Futures Exchange out of London on a January contract, down 97 cents, trading at 64.19. Now, Tocom crude oil in Japan up 750 yen per kiloliter, the only green on my screen. New York Mercantile Exchange natural gas down 7 cents, but trading at $4.50 per million BTU. That's a good price right there, folks. $4.50 per million BTU for natural gas on a December New York Mercantile Exchange contract. On the refined products, our Bob gasoline down 60 cents to $200.60. Heating oil down $4.87 to $2.52 to $2.70, and gas oil down $13 trading at $7.71.75 per metric ton. There are your energy stock prices to start the day. Well, most of the world's natural gas comes from the U.S. That's no surprise, but these resources and these studies by the U.S. Energy Information Administration and the International Energy Outlook and Short-Term Energy Outlook, their STEO, if you will, the United States produced 104 billion cubic feet per day of natural gas, 75% more than the world's second largest natural gas producer, Russia. In 2023, the most recent year for which we have comprehensive worldwide data on natural gas production. The United States has been the world's largest producer of natural gas since 2009. More recently, U.S. natural gas production has increased further, averaging 106 billion cubic feet a day for the first half of 2025. 3 regions in the United States are among the top 10 natural gas producing areas in the world when ranked independently against other natural gas producing countries. And these are 3 regions in the United States. The Appalachia region in the northeastern United States encompass the Marcellus, the Utica shale plays, and ranked as the second largest producer with 33 billion cubic feet a day in 2023. More recently, production from the region has continued to average about 33 billion cubic feet a day. The Permian region in Texas and New Mexico ranked 5th worldwide with 21 billion cubic feet in 2023. They used to flare all that gas off. It's really cool that they're putting her in a sales line now. Production from the Permian has increased to average 25 billion cubic feet a day this year. The Haynesville region in Texas, Louisiana, and Arkansas ranked as the 8th largest natural gas producing area with 15 billion cubic feet. Production from the Haynesville has declined slightly to average 14 billion cubic feet a day. But doesn't come as any surprise. Australia used to be a pretty good sized player, but 75% more between us and the second place producer of natural gas. And I'm telling you right now, if natural gas can hover around 450, you're going to see more of it being produced and shoved down the sales line. I guarantee it, especially with Trump working to get, foreign nations to start using our liquefied natural gas. Okay, well, we talked a little bit about that Williams pipeline that Governor Hochul finally relented and did the right thing. But New York enviros cry betrayed over the Williams pipeline. Now they're crying about it. New York Governor Kathy Hochul's decision last week to finally approve the Williams Company natural gas pipeline into New York City left a bitter taste for environmental advocates who opposed the Tulsa company's request. Some felt betrayed, in quotation marks, as stated by Alex Beaucamp, the Northeast Region Director at Food and Water Watch. By granting the water quality certificate, the governor has not only sided with the oil and gas industry, but just as troubling sided with President Trump, said Beaucamp. It's deeply disappointing. Another Trump derangement syndrome victim, I'm guessing. Another opponent is Catherine Nadeau, the Deputy Executive Director of the advocacy group Environmental Advocates in New York. She said the pipeline poses serious risks for our water, our marine life, and our health and safety, adding each new pipeline takes us backward, locks us into decades of fossil fuel dependence that we can't afford. Boy, they walk among us. Another environmental advocate, Mark Eisenman, senior strategist and attorney at the Natural Resources Defense Council, maintained the pipeline will tear up more than 20 miles of the harbor floor as it crosses the Hudson River, separating the two states. This would undercut billions of dollars that New York and New Jersey have invested to improve water quality, he said, reported Inside Climate News. So it's like this pipeline is going to have spigots all along that seabed or that riverbed, and they're just going to open up the valves and just destroy the water. Okay. Williams had been attempting to win approval for several years to build this Northeast Supply Enhancement Pipeline, the NSEP, on a 24-mile route from New Jersey to New York City. Company president and CEO Chad Zamarin, said in response to Hochul's approval The project reflects our commitment to deliver clean and reliable energy while lowering energy costs and supporting economic growth and environmental stewardship. Finally, Hochul said, you're right. We're going to have this natural gas. We're just not getting it from any other source right now. The intermittent renewable energy isn't happening. Nuclear energy is going to take years to develop, and we need something now. So she made the right decision for the general population. What was it Spock said? The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the one. And these environmental people, boy, they just look for something to cry about. But, there are going to be so much more benefits than detriments from this pipeline. With that being said, I'm going to take a break. We're going to go back in time when we come back with the Remember When Wednesday with the American Oil and Gas Historical Society, AOGHS.org. Don't you dare go anywhere.
The Exploring Energy Show.
Hi, it's Andy Taylor. We're living in some very turbulent times. It's easy to get discouraged in the normal course of life, but the good news is God has all the answers. His presence and companionship always makes all the difference. A big part of what we do at Trinity Fellowship is to help people in the process of coming into relationship with the Father. We'd love to help you. Our services start at 10 a.m. on Sunday. You can find us on our Trinity Fellowship Facebook page, or you can listen right here on KECO at 9:30. We'd love to have you be part of our family.
Hey folks, this is EJ Gretaman with ASCO Equipment out of Elk City, Oklahoma. If you need rental equipment, I got your back. From excavators to wheel loaders, telehandlers, and forklifts, we rent the brands that you know and trust. With flexible terms, responsible service, and expert support, we're here to keep your job on track. Need equipment? We're on it here at ASCO Equipment. Visit ASCOEQ.com or stop by our Elk City branch, 513 West 20th here in Elk City, Oklahoma, or you can just give me a call, 580-243-9233. Appreciate it, folks, and y'all have a blessed day.
Timber Oklahoma is your safe and reliable expert tree care service. At Timber, we provide professional tree trimming and removal with a focus on safety, quality, and clear communication. With over 10 years of experience and certified in the Electrical Hazards Awareness Program, our crews provide tree trimming and removal, storm damage cleanup, utility line clearance. Call Timber today at 580-732-3400 or see us online at www.timberokla.com or email us at customercare@timberoklahoma.com.
This holiday season, Target has your back with irresistibly cool gifts for everyone on your list. For the trendsetter, start with affordable beauty kits and gift sets. Need something the whole fam will love? Grab snugly matching fits in every size and style. And for the thrill seekers, don't forget the hottest toys and tech of the season. Target's got you covered with the best deals for endless fun. Shop in store or online, and step into the holidays with Target. Restrictions apply.
So there's a company out there that has a certain color. All the farmers and stuff think their oil has to be used in those certain color of tractors, and it's just not true. So here at Camrock, we have the same specification oil as the other brand, where people think that they have to use that for a certain color on their tractors and stuff like that. But we have the same oil specifications as they do. Works just as well, does the same thing, lubes it just the same. Price comparison is, it's not even a comparison. We have a better price than anybody around on that type of oil. I use it at our place. My son uses it for our colored tractors that we have, and a lot of other farmers use it too. It's the same oil, specifications are the same. It's kind of a myth where they think that it's got to be that certain type of oil for that color of tractor.
Camrock is the name of the company. It's 2111 South Main, Elk City, south of Fred's Steakhouse.
We have a better price than anybody around on that type of oil.
Need a trip hopper, feed buggy, or cattle chute? Call Barnes Feed Service in Hobart, Oklahoma. 580-726-2120.
This is the Exploring Energy Show.
Okay, and we're back. Thanks again for sticking around. Sustaining Oklahoma's energy resources, part of the OERB, a great outfit. We talked about this week. We were looking at, just the scholarships they're giving out, nearly $500,000, which is, pretty big time. And they continue to educate our, oil and gas industry and, the general public about what the oil and gas industry does. That's the cool thing about sustaining Oklahoma's energy resources. They are definitely providing what our industry needs. The next one coming up, December the 4th, it's Natural Gas Midstream and Marketing 101. Okay, this is in person at 500 Northeast 4th Street, Suite 100 in Oklahoma City, or via the Zoom, a computer, wherever you might want to go. So, if you'd like to be a part of that, get yourself registered before December 3rd for Natural Gas Midstream and Marketing 101. They're going to cover quite a little bit of the basics on that. Go to www.soer.oerb.com. That's www.soer.oerb.com. At the top, you click on Producer Education. It'll give you a drop down. Go to Workshops and Training. You can find everything you need there. There's a lot of other stuff on this site as well. DCP Services, another one of our great sponsors. Diversified Oilfield Company, offering the right services with the right people on the job. They've got their wireline division with both braided and slick line options. They have a roustabout division, lease operators division, and their pump repair shop in Cordell. If you'd like to find out more about DCP Services, go to Facebook, or you can call Jeff Davis directly, 580-660-0501. 660-0501. That's DCP Services, one of our great sponsors, as is American Hose and Supply. Go to those who know hose. What if before you needed them, you called American Hose and Supply? What if before your hoses failed, you had those replacements already there at your place? How much easier would that make your life? How much quicker will that get you up and going? Well, the answer is a lot easier, a lot quicker. American Hose and Supply, inside the Camrock building. Either way, if you don't plan for it and a hose fails, they'll do whatever they can to get you up and going. Next to Fred's Steakhouse in Elk City, call 303-1123. 303-1123. That's American Hose and Supply. Go to those who know hose. Okay. Going to get right to this deal right here, and we're going to go back in time with the American Oil and Gas Historical Society, AOGHS.org. Bruce and Chris Wells, these guys, I tell it every week, and I'm going to continue to bang that drum for these fellas because they put a whole lot of their own money into this site just to help preserve the oil and gas industry's history. And it is really, really interesting. You sign up for a free newsletter. They don't dun you for money. If you can throw a few dollars their way, hit the support button, help them out. We're going to start back on November 10th, 1854. Oil seeps inspire first American oil well. America's petroleum industry began when a lumber company sold 105 acres along a northwestern Pennsylvania creek, known for having natural oil seeps. New Hampshire entrepreneur George Bissell bought the land from Brewer, Watson and Company because of his growing interest in rock oil. Bissell suspected the region's oil could be distilled to make inexpensive kerosene for lamps. He asked a Yale professor to conduct experiments. Chemist and geologist Benjamin Silliman Jr. wrote a report that confirmed the illuminating potential of refined oil. Bissell formed the Pennsylvania Rock Oil Company and hired former railroad conductor Edwin Laurentine Drake to drill a well at Oil Creek, southeast of Titusville. Both men would be called the father of the petroleum industry. You can learn more about that in George Bissell's Oil Seeps. November 10th, 1914. Woodrow Wilson opens the Houston Ship Channel. Dredged 25 feet deep in 1914, the Houston Ship Channel opened for ocean-going vessels. President Woodrow Wilson saluted the occasion from his desk in the White House by pushing an ivory button connected by wire to a cannon in Houston. The waterway, originally known as Buffalo Bayou, had been swampy, marshy, and overgrown with dense vegetation, according to the American Society of Civil Engineers. With the discovery of oil at Spindletop in 1901, the crops such as rice beginning to rival the dominant export crop of cotton. Houston's Ship Channel needed the capacity to handle newer and larger vessels, notes the Port Authority. So it was for the rice and, of course, cotton Okay, this next story is the story that I chose to highlight this week. So I'm going to click a couple buttons and put a picture of this up. Especially with Veterans Day here lately, we knew that the Oil Patch Warriors, okay, of Sherwood Forest. I'll get myself together here in a moment. What a wonderful story this is. And most of these guys were from Oklahoma. But November 10th, 2001, the Oil Patch Warrior statue dedicated in Oklahoma. A decade after a similar ceremony in Nottinghamshire, England, a second Oil Patch Warrior statue was dedicated in Ardmore, Oklahoma, home to many of the volunteers who drilled in Sherwood Forest during World War II. The 7-foot bronze statues by J. Amelia of Tulsa honored the once top-secret project that produced more than 3.5 million barrels of oil. 42 volunteers from Noble Drilling and Fane Porter Drilling Companies drilled 94 producing wells between March 1943 and March 1944. 94 wells in 1 year. A derrick hand named Herman Dowhitt fell to his death in May of 1991. Noble Drilling funded the return of 14 surviving oil men to the Nottinghamshire statue dedication. So there's actually one in Ardmore and one right there in Nottinghamshire, England, close to Sherwood Forest, just to remind everyone and just remember that these guys, well, they went into harm's way, and I guarantee it, had the Germans found out about it, they'd have bombed that deal. And so, anyway, the Roughnecks of Sherwood Forest, check that out. It is a wonderful story. You know, Mark, a good friend of mine, of the show, Mark Stansberry, helped produce the Roughnecks of Sherwood Forest. It was kind of a documentary, a docudrama, they called it, because it was acted out. It was really cool, and it just showed how these guys were shunned by the local folk there because they had no idea why they were there. They just didn't want them there until they found out what it was they were doing. And basically, like Winston Churchill said, the Allied forces rode to victory on a wave of U.S. oil. Good stuff. So November 11th, 1884, gas companies merged into Con Edison. The largest U.S. gas utility company at the time was created in New York City when 6 gaslight companies using manufactured coal gas combined to form the Consolidated Gas Company. The Consolidated Edison Company, Con Ed, began 6 decades earlier as the New York Gaslight Company, which received a charter from the state legislature in 1823. Like most early manufactured gas companies, New York Gaslight focused early efforts on public street lighting. You can see illuminating gaslight, replacing the whale oil lamps installed by the city beginning in the 1760s. Prior to the 1884 merger of the competing companies, this is pretty cool stuff here. Streets often were being torn up by competing workmen installing or repairing their own company's lines and removing those of a rival. Sometimes these work crews would meet on the same street and brawl, giving rise to the term gas house gangs. Learn more about that in the history of Con Edison. November 11th, 1926. Route 66 officially commissioned. 5 years after the Federal Highway Act of 1921, U.S. Highway 66 was commissioned as a major thoroughfare in the National Highway System. America's mother road from Chicago to Los Angeles connected rural and urban communities along its almost 2,500 miles until the interstate system incrementally replaced it. Extended from Los Angeles to Santa Monica in 1935, Route 66 lost its highway status 50 years later when the American Association of State Highway and Transportation Officials officially decertified it. In 2019, Oklahoma established the Route 66 Centennial Commission, assisted by the Oklahoma Historical Society, to plan events celebrating the historic highway centennial in 2026. We've been talking a lot about that. Top 25 places in the world by National Geographic to visit, and it's Oklahoma's longest mileage of Route 66 and the most usable, original Mother Road of any state along the entire 2,500-mile route. It's pretty big stuff. I'm going to take a quick break and be back with more of Remember When Wednesday right after this on 96.5 KECO's Exploring Energy radio show.
Stay informed with the latest news from the energy industry on the Exploring Energy Show.
You know why people like going out to eat? It's a little treat for them. They get to leave the house and go somewhere else and have somebody else cook the food and serve it to them and clean up afterward. All you got to do is pay and leave.
I know a lady that makes it at Janice's Cafe. We go out there and eat all the time. You know why? It's not at home, and it's better than what we cook. You know, one of my favorite things to eat at Janice's Cafe? The catfish. It's good. It's got the crispy breading. Oh, it's like they made it with love, with a little bit more love on top of it.
Bacon cheeseburger.
Best bacon cheeseburger in the business. Name another one.
Mushroom and Swiss.
Best mushroom burger there is ever. Janice's Cafe can make all those burgers for you. Of course they got burgers. Got the best burgers you can have.
Do you think more people drink sweet tea or unsweet tea?
Well, you know what I am.
Half and half.
Half sweet, half unsweet. Janice is located on the south side of Elk City, where you go into the movie theater, right there next to Arby's. You'll be able to find it because there's a big old sign up there that says, Janice's Cafe.
Paul Jones Drug is Elk City's most experienced compounding pharmacy, meaning they can custom make your prescription medications to your doctor's specifications, safely and effectively providing you with exactly what you need. And for your convenience, Paul Jones Drug has a drive-through pickup window as well as curbside service for testing and vaccinations and offers free local delivery. Just a couple reasons you should choose Paul Jones Drug, 809 North Main Street in Elk City.
I'm Rodney Skinner with Paul Jones Drug, and I promise we provide care you can trust.
Do farmers and ranchers need different kinds of tires?
Yes, they do. The farmers and ranchers, generally need a heavy ply tire because they're always pulling a trailer, got hay bales, have equipment. They generally have a lot of tires on the ground. I mean, trailers and trucks and equipment.
Is the lifespan of their tires different from a regular passenger?
Correct. Yes, they are. They generally are a little bit less just because they are abused more than an average customer. They need a good set of tires because if they're down for a day, they're in trouble. It is costing them money. They should go to L&R Tire. We have them in stock and we know what they need.
Why have they used you through the years?
Good service. Like I said, we always generally have the tires in stock and we treat them with respect. L&R Tire, 1204 South Main, Elk City, Oklahoma, the home of Bridgestone Firestone tires. At L&R Tire, we'll take good care of your vehicle.
Isn't it interesting the things we do with labels when it comes to oil and natural gas?
Saying the world is coming to an end is it's a bit of a crazy statement. And I'm sure in those 100 years with the natural gas that we have, we will find some other way to produce energy.
So you're not worried? You're an optimist?
Yeah.
Good.
So I just think people have lost perspective on how much oil and gas is crucial to how they live.
See their stories at oerb.com/micro.
Level up your fitness at Modern Fitness. With 24-hour access, you can work out anytime you want. Modern Fitness in Elk City. Get in shape and have fun doing it at a really nice gym.
This is the Exploring Energy Show.
Okay. Let's see here. Got some information here from Lynn Walker. Okay. Said they just sold their last ticket yesterday, and they'll start all the elimination drawing tomorrow. They're doing that Facebook Live every day all the way up until November 21st. We should have 5 people left on the 21st, and 3 of those people will win one of the cash prizes. So they're going to be doing it on Facebook Live, probably the Hammond All Sports Facebook page. So again, Lynn just wanted to let everyone know how much they appreciate all those that bought tickets and all those that have made contributions to Little Sutton Hunt. ASCO Equipment, 513 West 20th Street here in Elk City. EJ Gredeman on the rental side, the equipment sales side, Bart Shields, branch manager Jeremy Bridgman. Those are some of your local guys. 513 West 20th Street. If you're looking for heavy equipment for sale or rent in Oklahoma, this is your place. Their new and pre-owned construction equipment fits your needs and fits your budget. ASCO is a leading provider for the Oklahoma construction, ag, and energy sectors, proudly serving the Elk City area with construction equipment like, well, the big stuff. Wheel loaders, cranes, dozers, excavators, backhoes, tractors, forklifts, compactors, pavers, skid steers, CTL, and more. It's a family-owned outfit. They want to be a partner in your project. Flexible rental rates. You're going to find it all at ASCO Equipment. Online, ASCOEQ, ASCOEQ.com. ASCO Equipment, one of 27 locations throughout Texas, Oklahoma, and New Mexico. Go by and tell them we sent you. And after a busy spring and summer, you're ready to put the old tractor up. Before you do it, or any of your equipment for that matter, do the proper maintenance so it'll work just like you need it next spring. Get everything you need for this tractor or motor maintenance at Camrock Supply. Right here in Elk City, next to Fred's Steakhouse. Camrock Supply, South Main Street. Big, nice, beautiful building right there between, well, Fred's and the interstate. Online, Camrock Supply, CAMRockSupply.com. The local guys with local ties doing business with their community. And David Allen Guest, certified mineral manager. Managing royalties and minerals is complicated. It's time-consuming, and it's always changing. David Allen Guest is the guy that can stay on top of it for you. He's the guy that you can trust, and he's the guy that will get you the most out of your royalties. He is an investment, not an expense. I can't tell you that enough. Call him and talk to him. Just find out what it is he can do for you, how quickly he can do it. David Allen Guest. Call him today. 405-341-8698. If you find yourself in a situation to liquidate or sell, David is also a buyer of royalties, estates, probates, trusts, and bankruptcies. Those are sticky situations, and he understands them. He's not going to take advantage of you. David Allen Guest, 405-341-8698. All right, get back to the matter at hand here. Remember When Wednesday, brought to you by the American Oil and Gas Historical Society. We just talked about Route 66 from 1926 to 2026, the 100-year celebration coming this next year. November 12th, 1899, as we continue our track through time. New York World features Miss Alford and her nitro factory. An 1899 article in the New York World profiled Miss Byron Alford, the only woman in the world who owns and operates a dynamite factory. Miss Alford's dangerous business operated on 5 acres outside of Bradford, Pennsylvania, with a daily production of about 3,000 pounds of nitroglycerin and 6,000 pounds of dynamite. Local drillers used the explosives for shooting wells to boost production. The article noted the astute businesswoman manufactured her volatile mixtures in 12 widely separated buildings, all made of unpainted wood. And that was because it was really easy to rebuild them if they blew up. Woo! Can you imagine hazard pay working for that outfit? November 12th, 1916, the Forest Oil Company was formed. Forest Oil Corporation was established and began operations in the Bradford Oilfield of northern Pennsylvania. The company, after adopting a yellow dog lantern, launched an important new technology, water flooding, injecting water into oil-bearing formations to stimulate production from depleted wells. Water flooding technology for enhanced recovery spread throughout the petroleum industry and extended many wells' lives by as much as 10 years. A decade after merging in 1924 with 4 independent oil companies, the January Oil Company, the Brown Seal Oil, and Andrews Petroleum and Boyd Oil. Forest Oil was headquartered in Denver before being acquired by Sabine Oil and Gas in 2014. The privately held Houston-based company was acquired 5 years later by a subsidiary of Osaka Gas Company, a Japanese utility founded in 1897. November 12th, 1999. Plastics designated historic landmark. The American Chemical Society designated the discovery of a high-density polyethylene process as a National Historic Chemical Landmark in a ceremony at the Phillips Petroleum Company in Bartlesville, Oklahoma. The oil company had entered the plastics business in 1951 after discovering a catalyst for creating solid polymers. The plastic that resulted, crystalline polypropylene and high-density polyethylene, are now the core of a multi-billion-dollar global industry, the society noted. Among the first customers for Phillips Petroleum Plastics was Wham-O, which used it to make hula hoops and frisbees in the late 1950s. Petroleum industry, wide-reaching. November 13th, 1943. Death during secret World War II drilling project. Touched on this just a little bit ago. But Derek Han Herman Douthit of Caddo Mills, Texas, died from a fall at well number 148 in England's Sherwood Forest, where he was part of a top-secret group of Americans drilling to expand production from the Eckring field. The American Roughnecks of Sherwood Forest increased production faster than their British counterparts while working 12-hour shifts in 4 crews. Riggs shut down for 1 shift for his funeral, then it was right back to work, recalled Lewis Duggar of Louisiana. 41 of the volunteers returned safely in March of 1944. Douthit was buried near Cambridge with full military honors, one of the few civilians to ever have that bestowed upon him. Full military honorary burial. As well it should be. November 14th, 1927. Gasometer explosion shakes Pittsburgh. 3 natural gas containers, gasometers or gasometers, exploded in Pittsburgh, producing tremors such as might have been caused by a severe earthquake, according to that 1927 report, which noted the deaths of 28 people and injury of more than 400. First used in the late 19th century for manufacturing gas and later for natural gas, gasometers were large cylindrical containers for storing gas near atmospheric pressure at ambient temperatures. The volume of stored gas varied with pressures added from the weight of a movable cap. According to a 2006 Pittsburgh Magazine article, workmen had been using an acetylene torch to repair a leak on top of a tank with a capacity of 5 million cubic feet of gas. Gasometer structures have been replaced by high-pressure vessels to store natural gas in liquid form. You can learn more about that in Horace Horton's Spheres. I bet OSHA would have had a big-time deal with that. Phew. Man. November 14th, 1947. The first oil well drilled out of sight of land. The modern offshore oil and natural gas industry began in the Gulf of Mexico with the first oil well successfully completed out of sight of land. Brown and Root Company built the experimental freestanding platform 10 miles offshore for Kerr-McGee, partners Phillips Petroleum and Standalone. The platform, Kermac 16, was designed to withstand winds as high as 125 miles per hour. After investing $450,000, Kerr-McGee completed the well in about 20 feet of water off Louisiana's gradually sloping Gulf Coast. The Kermac number 16 well initially produced 40 barrels of oil per hour. Kerr-McGee had purchased World War II surplus utility freighters and materials to provide supplies, equipment, and crew quarters for the drilling site at Ship Shoal Block 32. 16 24-inch pilings were sunk 104 feet into the ocean floor to secure the 2,700 square foot wooden deck. The Kermac number 16 platform withstood several 1947 hurricanes and tropical storms. You learn more about that in offshore petroleum history. If you've ever been out in the ocean where you can't see land, it is an eerie feeling for land lovers such as me. But November 14th, 1947, the World War II Big Inch and Little Big Inch pipelines were sold. Texas Eastern Transmission Corporation, a company established 11 months earlier to acquire the World War II surplus 24-inch Big Inch and the 20-inch Little Big Inch pipelines, won ownership of them with a bid of $143,127,000. It was America's largest sale of war surplus material to the private sector. By the 1950s, Texas Eastern Transmission converted both oil product pipelines to natural gas, which was needed for the Appalachian region. By the 2000s, transmission would become bidirectional for carrying natural gas from the Marcellus and Utica Shale to Midwest markets. The Big Inch pipelines of World War II were added to the National Register of Historic Places in 1998. November 15th, 1906, the Justice Department seeks breakup of Standard Oil. The U.S. Attorney General Charles Bonaparte filed suit to compel dissolution of Standard Oil of New Jersey, despite an 1892 court decision ordering the Standard Oil Trust to be dissolved. John D. Rockefeller reorganized it and continued to operate from New York. The Justice Department won the latest suit. The Standard Oil appealed to the U.S. Supreme Court, which affirmed the lower court's decision on May 15, 1911, and mandated the dissolution of Standard Oil into 34 separate companies. Wow. November 15, 1952, Williston Basin produces the millionth barrel of oil. I used to think the Williston was kind of a newer oil patch, but 1952 produced their millionth barrel of oil. The Williston Basin produced its millionth barrel of oil, which came from 5 fields in 3 counties in North Dakota, where Amarada Petroleum had launched a 1951 drilling boom northeast of Williston. The first North Dakota oil well. By the end of 1952, the Williston's Basin production reached 356,000 barrels of oil a month. Cannot talk about Amarada Petroleum without thinking of my dear friend Roy Burson. That's who he worked for, and he was proud of it. I'm proud for him. I want to take a break and come back. My lovely assistant has joined me, and we're going to have your weather forecast, energy stock prices of local note, energy news, and my brief and more as we mop up the Wednesday edition of the Exploring Energy Radio Show right after this.
The Exploring Energy Show.
Driving down 3rd Street in Elk City, you've seen all the beautiful work on the outside. Now it's time to see what they've done inside their new location. Grandview Pharmacy and Gifts has moved down the road right on time for the holidays. Take a look Friday and Saturday, November 14th and 15th, during their Christmas open house. Enjoy their famous wassail and other refreshments while you shop. In fact, Surf Bar will be there too. When you check out, you'll draw from a deck of cards for your discount. 20%, 30%, or 40% off. Sign up to win the big prizes. They always do big prizes at the Christmas open house. Take advantage of the hat bar. Etched cowgirl hats. Get started on your Christmas shopping. Grab the stocking stuffers. Freshen up your Christmas decor. Grandview Pharmacy and Gifts Christmas Open House. Friday and Saturday, November 14th and 15th at their brand new location.
Grandview Pharmacy and Gifts, now located at 1503 West 3rd Street in Elk City.
The holidays are here, and it's time to pull out all of your favorite things, like family, friends, and that brand new Cadillac you've had your eye on from Cummins Cadillac in Weatherford. At Cummins Cadillac, you can unwrap luxury this season with the new 2026 Cadillac Escalade, crafted for comfort, power, and pure holiday style with all the bells and whistles. Make this the season you shine in sophistication. Stop today and visit Cummins Cadillac in Weatherford, I-40 and Airport Road, or online at CumminsCadillac.com.
So if your farmer need a hose built, you can come in, we'll build it. Oilfield customer and need us to come out and see you, we'll come out and see you and take an order or pick up a hose, build it, bring it back to you. Solves that problem. I'm Brock Kalk, and my company is American Hose and Supply. We sell all types of industrial hose and fittings, oilfield or agriculture. You needed a hose like yesterday. We will stop what we're doing, and if we got to go to our Oklahoma City shop and get it, we'll do that, and I've done that for a lot of my customers. The business I've done with the Oilfield, they got to see your face. Whether it's weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, whatever the customer prefers, that's what we're going to do. We sell all types of industrial hose and fittings. In the Oilfield, sometimes you get a call for a crazy, hey, can you get this? And you go find it for them. American Hose and Supply. Come by and see us at 2111 South Main, Elk City, Oklahoma, in Camrock Building next to Fred's.
Or call 303-1123.
Solves that problem.
Craving a real steak?
Fred's Steakhouse in Elk City is firing up flavor 7 days a week. The grill is always hot and the steaks are always fresh. From juicy char-grilled ribeyes, fillets, and sirloins to chicken fried steak, hearty burgers, seafood, and chicken, there's something for everyone. Don't forget the appetizers, salads, and desserts to top it off. Bring your appetite. We'll handle the rest. Dine in or order online now on the DoorDash app. It's more than just a steakhouse. It's Fred's.
Find the all-new Ariat FR jeans, pullover shirts, and button-ups at Circle A Western and Outdoor in Elk City, your FRC headquarters.
Stay informed with the latest news from the energy industry on the Exploring Energy Show.
And you just heard TJ talking about Fred's Steakhouse. Well, they're your destination for fresh USDA-graded beef, ribeyes, New York strips, filet mignons, sirloins, hand-cut daily by their in-house butcher. Their in-house bakery makes those wonderfully fresh baked rolls. They got salads. They got soup of the day, soup de jour, if you will. 7 kinds of chicken, maybe seafood, maybe freshwater catfish is what you're looking for. And appetizers sure to please everyone. And you can cap off your dining experience with fresh in-house made desserts. Fred's also has a full-service bar with your favorite cocktails, wines, specialty drinks, and ice-cold beer. You can order online at the Chow Now app. You can also ask them to host your private event. Christmas parties are just around the corner. You call them at 243-2100. Open 7 days a week, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. That's Fred's Steakhouse in Elk City. And if your power goes out at midnight, you can call Carter Electric because they provide 24-hour emergency electrical service on your side of the meter. They'll be more than happy to get you up and going. And if you want to make sure your power stays on regardless, Carter Electric is an authorized Generac generator dealer. Hervin and Mary Orgain, they're the owners. They're the ones who help you see the light of day even at night. And they know that a lot of work goes on overhead in the electrical business. That's why they have pole trucks, man lifts, to get way up high if there's a problem up there. Licensed, insured, trusted, it's Carter Electric. You can call them at 225-2447, 225-2447, providing you this hour's weather forecast. It's Carter Electric. What do you got over there, TJ?
Today, sunny with a high near 72, north wind 7 to 9 miles per hour, becoming east in the afternoon. Tonight, we are mostly clear with a low around 42, east wind around 6 miles per hour, becoming south-southwest after midnight. Thursday, sunny with a high near 76, south wind 5 to 13 miles per hour with gusts as high as 20. Friday, sunny with a high near 78, south-southwest wind 6 to 13 miles per hour, becoming south in the afternoon. Winds could gust as high as 20. Saturday, sunny with a high near 82. Sunday, sunny with a high near 74. Monday, sunny with a high near 71. And Tuesday, mostly sunny with a high near 64.
Not bad.
Not bad at all.
Not bad at all. And we got some rain possibilities coming up.
I'm not going to hold my breath. But maybe.
Yeah, me or you, either one. Here's some energy news in my briefs. First Energy wants to add $108 million to the rates paid by customers of its Ohio utilities so the company can avoid taking a loss for a corporate accounting foul-up flagged repeatedly in audits by state and federal utility regulators. A 2022 audit by the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission, the FERC, found that First Energy's subsidiaries may have mischarged customers for corporate overhead costs that the company's utilities wrongly accounted for as capitalized construction-related expenses between 2015 and 2021. Yikes. Oops. An error in our favor. An analyst finds the Trump administration's EPA has dramatically reduced the number of pollution and enforcement cases it's pursuing compared to previous administrations, and the government shutdown has slowed enforcement even further. The Solar Energy Industries Association finds Trump administration policies threaten more than 500 planned solar and storage projects totaling 116 gigawatts of capacity. And Bloom Energy, Caterpillar, and other makers of fuel cells, gas turbines, and other equipment see a windfall as tech companies rush to secure electricity for data centers. That's big generators. Grid operator PJM is getting close to completing a plan for managing data center connections that includes prioritizing projects that come within their own generation and plans for how the facilities would be treated in case of a rolling blackout. So like we have in Oklahoma, the behind the meter. Other places are looking at that. A Minnesota environmental group joins its fourth lawsuit seeking to block a data center in the state based on a lack of public transparency. So there are a lot of people pushing back on these things. What do you got over there as far as energy stock prices, says?
American Electric Power is down 58 cents, trading at 122.16. Apache is down 21 cents, trading at 24.38. Baker Hughes is down 76 cents, trading at 48.19. ConocoPhillips is down 93 cents at 89.76. Devon Energy is down 23 cents at 34.93. EOG Resources is down 69 cents, trading at 108.65. Expand Energy is up $1.01, trading at 119.65. General Electric is down $1.67, trading at 309.06. Halliburton is down 21 cents, trading at 27.85. Helmerich & Payne is down 24 cents, trading at 27.58. Liberty Energy is down 7 cents at 17.27. Occidental Petroleum is down 28 cents at 41.57. OG&E Energy is up 22 cents at 45.60. One Oak is up 38 cents at 69.47. Phillips 66 is down 50 cents, trading at 140.35. Sandridge Energy is down 12 cents at 13.15. Schlumberger is down 57 cents, trading at 37.05. And Williams Companies is up 44 cents, trading at 61.03.
Okay, I got a little bit of time, and I had this story ready, and I just wanted to go ahead and share it. But Oklahoma Supreme Court takes up the PSO rate dispute. In a brief filed Monday, State Representative Tom Gann, Republican Inola, reiterated his challenge to a $250 million in recent rate increase and more than $1 billion of bond payments approved by the Oklahoma Corporation Commission, currently being collected from customers of electric utility PSO. PSO primarily serves customers in Tulsa, McAllister, Lawton, and surrounding areas. They're out here in Elk City also. This filing keeps intense focus on ratepayer risk across Oklahoma energy markets. Gann's appeal before the Oklahoma Supreme Court argues that the OCC failed to perform legally required audits related to the February 2021 Winter Storm Uri, making the Oklahoma Corporation Commission's orders void and requiring refunds. He also argues that the Oklahoma Corporation Commission violated PSO customer due process rights by allowing Corporation Commissioner Todd Hyatt to participate in cases involving witnesses of Hyatt's alleged criminal conduct. So that little thing continues to rear its head.
That could get ugly.
You got some sports coming up. We've got BigElkTV.com going to be streaming the first round of the Elk City Boys 4A football state championship first round down in Ardmore, taking on the Tigers. About 6:20 for the pregame, about 7 o'clock for the kickoff down on BigElkTV.com. And then ParagonTV.com got basketball coming up. Got basketball coming up Friday night. Had a lot last night. Paragon TV basketball here. You can watch the games live. ParagonTV.com. Membership is $9.99 a month. Small price to pay, and you get every school, all 8 schools in the family, all the archives, all the you can download archives. There's a whole lot that comes with this. Be sure to sign up before the game and catch all the action. Go to ParagonTV.com/join. Friday night, we got Amber Pocassett at Arapahoe Butler at 6:30 p.m. for the girls tip-off. Cheyenne Raiden at Leedy. It's Leedy's homecoming, 6:30 p.m. Friday. And then Eric at Hammond at 6:30 p.m. That's also Friday night games. So, again, you can watch, don't miss a minute. You can watch live or on demand at ParagonTV.com. You can check out the Classics 24/7. That's the free channel streaming nonstop. Replays and highlight games only on ParagonTV.com. So if you want to get on there and watch some of those, you can do that for free. Paragon TV.
Do we have the new feature on there where we can watch multiple games yet?
No, I think it's coming, though. We're going to have multi-view, the multi-view thing. Yeah, Kevin's working himself to death on that deal.
It's going to be awesome.
But again, we appreciate all of our great sponsors of this program and all of our great listeners. Hope you enjoyed today's show with the Remember When Wednesday. Be back tomorrow morning right here, same bat time, same bat channel, 8:05 a.m. You can also catch us on the YouTube channel. Just go to KECO FM 96.5, and you can find all of our video feeds right there on the YouTube. For TJ, I'm Shawn Wilson. Thanks so much for listening. I promise we'll talk again. Have yourself a great day.
We're like the software in your computer, helping you get the job done. 96.5 KECO, Elk City.
Fox News, I'm Therese Crowley. 43 days and ready to be done. The House returns.